Hi guys, welcome to Configurations, and today we have the Huawei Honor 4Z here, and we're going to do a complete review of this device. So this is actually a mid-range device from Huawei, priced at about 9,000 rupees on Flipkart. So you can buy it from there, and this is the latest device from Huawei, and it is priced 1,000 rupees less to the Huawei 4X. So this device doesn't have 4G connectivity, it is only having 3G connectivity. So we have already done the unboxing of this device, and if you want you can just check out that video, but in this review we will be looking more into the OS and the specifications of this device. So let's begin with the key placements. So you could see the device has got a 5-inch display, which is 720p display, and you could see the top they have provided the 5 megapixel camera there, and you could also see the speaker grill which is provided here, you could see. And if you just go on the bottom side, they have provided 3 capacitive buttons which are not backlit, they are reflective. And if you go on the right hand side, you could see they have provided the lock and lock key and the volume rockers on the right hand side, just like usual devices. And you could see it's very easy to reach both keys because it's only having a 5-inch display, so there is no issues in reaching out to any other button in this device. And if you just go on the top side, you could see they have provided a 3.5mm audio jack on the top side. And if you just go to the left hand side, you could see they have completely blank, there is nothing in there. And if you just go to the bottom side, you could see they have provided the USB 2.0 and the voice reception mic. And if you go to the back panel, you could see they have provided a matte finish with the texturized finish. It's not plain backside, it's having some texture, just like the Honor 4X. And you have 13 megapixel camera on the top, and they have provided a very elegant camera cover on there, and you could see the LED flash here, and you can also see the noise cancellation mic which is placed just on the top. So and you also have the loudspeaker there. So these are all about the design aspect. The device actually comes with a 2500 milliampere non-removable battery. So let us just turn on the device and see what are the things inside it. So they have not provided Gorilla Glass 3 protection for this device. That is disappointing. But if you look at the other specs, you could see the device has got 5-inch display, 13 megapixel primary camera, 5 megapixel front camera, 1.2 gigahertz Octa core processor, which is Kirin 620 processor, and you have 8 GB of internal memory and 2 GB of RAM. So considering the specifications, this device is really great for the price. So this is actually the lock screen, and you can see they have provided very customized UI. The device is actually built on Android 4.4 KitKat with the Huawei's EMUI. So that will give a very customized OS for this device. So you could see they have on the lock screen itself, they have provided a lot of customizations. Like if you drag it on upside, you could see they have provided an option to change the wallpaper right from here. You can choose whatever wallpaper you want on the lock screen, so you don't have to go into any other settings to do that. Also they have provided shortcuts to calculator, flash and camera, and you can also record voice. So there are a lot of customizations in the UI. So the first thing that I love about this device is the UI. It's really great. So let us go and unlock the device, and let's go into the OS itself. So you could see this is the UI, and it's the same UI used in the Honor 4X, so there is not much difference in here. The device doesn't have any specified app tray. You have all the apps installed, and you can just slide it and you can get all the apps. There is no separate app tray. So so let me just go into the basic of the device, and let us go into the dialer first. So you can see this is the dialer, and let me just see whether they support video calling from the dialer. So the UI is very responsive, that's what I can see here. And let me just go into the options. I couldn't find much options here, so it doesn't support video calling from the dialer. So that's it. Let's go into the messaging and check out the messaging application here. So yeah, okay, now you could see this is the keypad, and it is also very customized, and it does support Shift key, so that's nice. So that's really great. The UI of the device is really customized, and you are getting a Shift key support, so that's nice. And let's go into the launcher. So if you pinch the home screen, you can actually enter into the edit mode of this launcher, and you can actually add a lot of transition effects, like you could see here, squeeze, flip over, a lot of transition effects are provided. So that's nice. And if you just go into the wallpapers, you can also directly change the wallpaper, and you can actually set the shake to change wallpaper. You can actually set time to change wallpaper. So a lot of flexibility they have provided in this UI, and you can also adjust the widgets from here itself. You can just drag it and you can get all the widgets here, and you can just drag it whatever widget you want and you can place it on the home screen. So there is a lot of flexibility in this UI, that's what I can say. And if you just go into the layout session, you can actually see that you can arrange it on a loop type, or you can just disable it. So there's a lot of features in this UI. So the customizations of this UI is really excellent. So let's go into the drop down menu and check out the drop down customizations in the drop down menu. So you could see they have provided all the shortcuts necessary. So there is Wi-Fi, mobile, sound settings, Bluetooth, do not disturb mode, airplane mode, GPS, Wi-Fi hotspot is supported, auto rotation you can turn it off, and one-handed UI. So if you just enable that, the whole device will be into a one-handed usage. You could see the dialer is actually optimized for one-handed usage, so that's nice. That's it about the one-handed usage. And you can also take screenshot, and you can also expand it, and you can get a lot of options here. So they have also provided suspended button. So let me just check what is it. So yeah, okay, I have actually activated it. So you could see this is suspended buttons, and you can just click on it and you can get all the buttons down here right on the display, so you don't have to go onto the bottom side to access anything. So that's also really nice. So they have done a lot of customizations in the UI, which I must say it's really great. So you can actually deactivate suspend button, and let us go into ultra power saving mode. So you could see if you enable the ultra power saving mode, you won't be able to use anything except the dialing and the messaging. So you can only call and message in this mode, which will save your battery to a great extent. So the device actually comes with 2500 milliampere battery, so there won't be much issues in the battery backup, but it is always good to have a very extreme power saving mode. So that's nice. So let us go to the settings and check out what are the features they have provided in the settings. So you could see. So let's go into this home style first. They have provided two different modes in the UI. You can actually select standard and simple, and if you just select simple and apply, you could see the whole UI turns into a very basic mode. So you can actually access all these things right here. So it's actually for beginners. If you don't want a very complex UI, you can just use it. It is just like the easy mode in the Zen UI. So let us go back and check out. Let's disable that. So okay, now I'm going to standard use. Okay, so I have switched back to the standard home screen. So that's a very nice thing. So if you don't want a complex, you want a very simple UI, you can just select that. And if you go to the display, you could see they have provided a lot of customizations in there. The wallpapers, you can actually adjust the wallpaper, and that's the same thing that we have already seen. There is nothing much special in there. Let's go into sound, and you can actually turn on the silent mode. You can actually set different tones for 2 SIM cards, and you can actually set vibrate on, and you can actually activate the headset DTS mode. So it will actually enable the DTS mode whenever you plug in the headset. So that's also there. And the screen lock sound is also adjustable. So there is a lot of flexibility they have offered in this UI, which is the biggest advantage that I've noticed. And if you just go into storage, the device actually comes with 8 GB of internal memory, and you will get about 3.65 GB as free. 3.25 GB as free, so that's nice. And it is also a very unified memory, so you won't be having any issues installing apps. So that's also really nice. And they have also provided an option to choose the default install location. Here you could see you can actually change it, and you can actually switch whatever location that you want. So that's also nice. So let's go into the power saving mode first, and you can see the same thing that we have seen. There is 3 different power saving mode available: ultra, smart, and normal. Ultra mode, that we have already seen, the calling and messaging will be there, and the smart mode automatically adjusts the CPU and network usage to get a balanced performance. And the normal mode you will be getting is recommended for gaming and online videos, so it will be slightly optimizing the performance of the processor so that you won't drain much battery. So that's it. So we have already seen the power saving mode, and now let's go into the motion control, where this is actually a very interesting thing in this device. You can actually use these motions like flip to mute, and you can actually turn on the shake to rearrange, and also you can double tap to wake function is there. So if you just lock the device, and you can just double tap and you can wake the device. So these are a really nice customization, but they have not provided double tap locking, but they have provided double tap unlocking. That's nice. And you can also use the shortcuts, like you can draw C to get camera app. So you can actually set those letters. You could see they have already given a lot of options here, so you can actually set whatever you want and use it. So let me just show you that. So if we just select C, and you could see it opens directly into the camera. So the UI of the device is really excellent, I can say. So that's it about the device. Let me just go into the software version. So you could see the device runs on Android 4.4.2 and it's EMUI 3.0. So that's nice. So that's it about the settings, and now let us see how much amount of RAM is left on this device. So let me just go into the apps. You can see these are the minimized app, and you can actually clear all the apps by swiping it up, and you can actually clear all the apps. That's nice. And you could get about 1.3 GB free out of 2 GB of this device. That's nice. So let us open some apps and switch between them to see how fast it can go with this device. So let me just open some of the apps, and let me just open the camera here. Now I open the camera. Let us go into the let us open the settings here, and let me just minimize that. Let me just go into the music player, and let me just minimize that. So we have immersed a lot of applications, so let me just switch through these applications and see how the device responds. So you can see the music player is very fast. There is no issues in loading there. You can see settings is very fast. So it's not taking any time to load up any app, so the switching, the multitasking will be really smooth in this device. It only consumes 0.7 GB for the OS, rest you will get for the usage, so that's really nice. So now let's go into the gallery and check out some images and see how the device performs. So you could see this is actually an image, and you could see the device display quality is really great, and there is no issues with the viewing angles also. The brightness when you look from a different angle is not that high, but overall the display quality is really great. There is not much issues concerning the viewing angle, so the device has got a very good display, that's what I can say. But some angles like this is actually having some issues. So if you just go into the cross angles, it is having some issues, but in regular angles it is not having any issue in display, so that's nice. So let's go into the performance and see how the device performs in. You could see it's very buttery smooth. The device is actually having 1.2 GHz Kirin 620 processor, Octa core processor, so it is definitely very smooth. So there is no issues, there is no lag in zooming, so the performance is really great. So let's go into the 720p and 180p video playback of this device. So I think this is actually this actually is a 180p video. Let me just go into 720p video first. So you could see this 720p video, and I must say it's very smooth, buttery smooth. There is no issues, there is no buffering time taking, so I must say the device is really great. The device also features a DTS audio system, so that will always enhance the audio quality of the device, so that's also nice. So I must say the video playback is really smooth. There is no issues. You can actually turn off the DTS if you want. You can just click on it and you can actually enable it, and you can disable it from here itself. So I really I must say the device has got a very good video playback. So let's go into 1080p video and see how the device performs in it. And you could see it's very buttery smooth again. There is no lag, there is no delay, so the processor of the device is really excellent, and I think this device is the best for gaming, because I could see it's no frame lags or anything like that. It is perfectly smooth. So I must say that the multimedia performance of the device is really excellent. We'll be seeing more in the benchmark results. So let us go into the other things in this device and see. So let us go into the camera application and see what are the features that they have provided there. So the camera UI is very customized, and I must say it's really excellent camera UI for this device. So you could see they have provided you can actually switch between the beauty mode, photo mode and video mode right from here. So if you just want to switch to beauty mode, you can just switch to that, and you can actually adjust the level of beautification that you want to apply. So if you want higher beautification, you can just drag it and you can make it higher. And if you just go into the photo mode, you can actually touch focus, and you can adjust the exposure directly from here. So if you want bigger exposure, you can just increase it, so the whole camera exposure will be increased. And if you want a very lower exposure mode, you can actually select it and you can just drop it down and you can get lower exposure. So a lot of flexible UI, I can say. The customizations are really great. So let me just go to the extra features in this device. So they have provided the panorama mode, HDR mode, audio note mode. So audio note mode is actually a mode in which you can capture an image with 10-second audio, and they have also provided best photo mode, and all focus mode is very interesting feature of this device. So let me just show you an image that captured by all focus mode. So this is actually an image that is captured by all focus mode, and you could see the basic idea is that you can refocus your image to any point you want after capturing it. So that's the basic idea. So if you just check out this image, you could see if I just focus to that point, you can actually see the other points will be blurred, and if you just focus to that point, the other portion of the image will be defocused. So you can actually focus to any other point in the frame, which is a very great feature. So I really appreciate Huawei for that. That's really nice feature, and it is very useful when we don't have much time to take an image or focus it. So in this mode, it will do automatically capture every point on the frame with same focus, and you can actually refocus it whenever you want. So that's nice. So let's go back and let's check the quality of the image here. So I have two references, and I'm going to take image of this. So let me just focus it, and you can see I'm going to capture it. So I have captured it. There is no shutter lag or shutter delay. It was very instant capturing. So you could see it is perfectly focused. There is no noise or no decolorization. The exact reproduction, you could see the color reproduction is really great. So I must say the camera quality of the device is really excellent. The 13 megapixel camera is superb, I can say. So let's go back and let's see other features here. So let me just go into the front camera and see how the front camera actually is. So you can see the front camera is 5 megapixel, and it doesn't support a touch focus or autofocus. You can actually capture by touch, and you can actually adjust the beautification right here, and you have the video recording in 720p, while the front camera, the primary camera, can record in 1080p. So that's about it, and you could see you can't really touch focus on the image, but the quality of the camera is quite great. You could see here there is not much issues in the camera quality. So let me just go into the options that they have provided in the front camera. So you could see these are the options: the audio note mode that we have already seen, panorama and watermark. So if you just go into the panorama mode, this is actually a wide angle panorama. So you can actually if you just hold this device like this, and you have to, if you want to take a snap, you have to just tick it, and you can see the first image is captured. Then you have to tilt the device to align with that box, and you can capture the second image. And if you have to tilt the device again to the right and to get another image capture, so you could see, and it will be combining these three images and will be making a complete shot. So that's how it works. So you could see this is what I've got from the wide angle panorama, and it is quite wide. So that's it about the device in the front camera, and I must say it's really good in the case of customization. So the camera quality of the device is really great. Especially the 13 megapixel camera was really great. We will be providing the images, sample images from this device in our website, so you can just check out whenever you want it. So that's it, and let's go into the benchmarking of this device and see how the device performs to that. Let's go to the Antutu benchmark first. So you could see this is the score obtained from the device, and you could see the device has scored about 29,167, which is a very high score, and as usual the device has got 1.8 GHz Octa core processor with Mali 450 GPU, so obviously the scores will be really high. So this is actually the detailed score here, and if you just go back and go into the info, you could see the device has got for Android KitKat, and you could see the device has Skyrim 620 GPU with Mali 450 graphics card, and you could see 720p 1280 pixel resolution, 30 megapixel camera, and you could see the RAM is about 1173 MB. That means 1.17 GB is free, and 3.27 GB is free, and the internal memory. So let's go back and let's go into the CPU USET and see what are the sensors in this device. So you could see the device actually supports so you could see they have provided all the sensors in this device: light sensor, proximity sensor, magnetic field sensor, orientation sensor, gyroscope sensor, gravity sensor and rotation sensor, so every sensor is there. So the device will be really great in gaming and navigation, so there won't be any issues in that. So let us go back and let's go back into the Ninomark 2 benchmark. So you could see device actually have already run the Ninomark 2 and the device actually scored about 61.1 fps, which is a very high score. So this device is actually ultimately for gaming purpose. So I assure you that this device is the best in this price range if you want a high-end gaming device. So this is actually the device that you are looking for. So now coming to the regular questions that people ask me after every review. The first question is that whether this device support notification LED. So I'm just going to connect a charger here to show you whether it's having notification LED. So you could see I have connected the charger, and you could see the device does have the notification LED, and you could see it's lighting up. So the device does have notification LED. Second question is that whether this device support video calling. So we have already seen the device doesn't support video calling. So you could see they have provided no options to video calling in this device, so it doesn't support video calling directly from the dialer, but you can always use third-party apps for that. And the third question is that whether this device have a backlit LED, and you could see the device doesn't have backlit LED. It is reflective capacitive buttons, there is no backlit LED. And the fourth question is that whether this device supports Swift key, and we have already seen the device does support Swift key. And the fifth question is that whether this device support OTG connectivity. So I'm going to connect this OTG cable to the device and see whether it supports that. So you could see the device is actually preparing the USB storage, so that means the device does support USB the OTG connectivity. So let me just show you that. Okay, now so you could see the device has detected the USB storage, so the device does support OTG connectivity. So the last question that people ask me is that whether this device support moving of apps in memory card. So let me just show you that. So if you just go into the settings and let me just go to the manage apps here, and if you select any of the apps, you could see if you just select the app, you could see there is an option to move the app to memory card. And if you just go into the Antutu, which is actually installed in the phone memory, and you could see the device support move to SD card function. So the device does support moving of apps in memory card. So that's it. And now coming to the pros and cons of the device. The first positive thing of the device is that the display. We have already seen the display quality is really excellent. The viewing angles were not that great in some angles, but overall considering the quality of the display, this is really great. And the second thing is the UI. We have seen the EMUI 3.0 is really great. There is a lot of customizations that we have seen. So the UI is the second positive thing in this device. A very flexible camera UI. So that's the second positive thing. And the third thing is the 13 megapixel camera. We have seen the quality of the camera were really excellent. The images, there are a lot of customizations there. So the third positive thing is the camera. The fourth thing is the performance. We have seen the Kirin 620 processor was really great in the benchmarks. The performance in 720p and 1080p video playback was also really great. So considering all these things, the fourth positive thing is the performance. The fifth thing is the sensors. The device has got all the sensors, accelerometer, gyro sensor, everything is there. So this device won't be having any issue in gaming or navigation system. So this is the best you can get for gaming. So that's it. Now coming to the sixth positive thing, which is that the device have OTG connectivity. So you can use external hard drives or external pen drives in this device. So that's very nice. And the seventh positive thing is that the device does support moving of apps into memory card, which we have already seen. And now coming to the cons of the device, the first con is that the device doesn't have the Gorilla Glass 3 protection. So that's a little bit negative, but it's not that much, because even if it's having Gorilla Glass, it will get scratched in long-term usage. So that won't be big issue. And the second thing is the front-facing camera, which is fixed focus. So it would be better they have provided autofocus camera in the front, but it's okay. So that's all about the review of the Huawei Honor 4C. And if you have any more questions, you can just comment below. And thanks for watching this video. And if you like this video, please hit like and stay subscribed. Thank you.